Hello and welcome to Top of the Line. As always, I'm Nick Lynch.
And I'm Ben Heltzer.
And today on the show, we are going to be talking about what happened in Super Bowl 58, the NFL honors, and our early picks for Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. So first, we will get right into the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs, again, they somehow get away with it of having that awful end to the season, and they still win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and honestly, I have no idea why I ever doubted them. I bet against them 3 times, and they proved me wrong every single time. They're undeniable at this point. They are a dynasty, and I can't be anything but jealous because they're just annoying at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Like, the 49ers, I don't even know why they decided to receive the ball to start overtime. Like, of course, Kyle Shanahan said after the game, we wanted the ball third to try and go and win the game. Like, I don't like the call at all. Like, I can't tell which call is worse, his or Dan Campbell's in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I agree. That was probably my biggest problem with his coaching decisions that game. They said that like they weren't like aware of the rules, but like if both teams are guaranteed a possession in overtime, you have to give them the ball and make them try and score to not only take some pressure off your defense, but to light a fire under your offense if they do score, and to make their offense play that drive a little differently. Because the Chiefs' offense on that last drive, they were just lighting it up. Quick passes, run after catch. But if they had gotten the ball first, Mahomes might have made a little more mistakes, thrown the ball downfield a little more. They might have ran the ball a little more. And, their offense just wouldn't have been as careful. And so I think you got to give them the ball, and that was just a really bad call on his end.
I agree. The Chiefs had a very slow first half offense. Travis Kelce in the first half, 1 target, 1 reception, 1 yard. That's it. And then, of course, he did better than that in the second half. And but Mecole Hardman, the man who caught the game-winning touchdown in overtime in the Super Bowl, he started his career with the Jets, only got 1 reception with them, and then he got traded from the Jets to the Chiefs, and he catches the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. So it's pretty amazing. Also, very, very New York Jet type thing to happen. But yeah, it's only the second Super Bowl ever to go into overtime, of course, with the New England Patriots beating the Atlanta Falcons in Super Bowl 51. But it's just incredible how the Kansas City Chiefs go from one team to another pretty much in a span of 4 weeks?
Yeah, and like you said earlier, their offense put up 3 points in the entire first half, and they just absolutely lit it up in the second half. And on the other side, the Niners defense, or just the Niners in general, you have to play a full 60 minutes if you want to win any game, Super Bowl especially, and they just didn't. So, yes. That's why they lost.
Would you say, though, that the 49ers are committed on Brock Purdy yet?
Yeah, I think you got to stick with him.
Yeah,
I think he's obviously not as good, or he is obviously better than he would be if he was on pretty much any other team. Yeah. But he still led them to the Super Bowl, and it takes a certain amount of talent to get your team to a Super Bowl. So I think that he's their guy.
And also, he's going to go into his 3rd season next year, and he still has a lot to learn that he can learn from those mistakes and maybe win a ring for that team. But now, step aside from the Super Bowl, we go to the NFL honors that happened the Thursday night before the Super Bowl happened, and Lamar Jackson winning his 2nd MVP award. The first one he had was in the 2020 season? Yeah, 2020 season.
2019, 2020.
2019 season. And what do you think of our MVP winner? I think it was pretty obvious.
I agree, but it was also kind of lackluster because nobody really deserved it. I thought McCaffrey deserved it the most, if anybody. But what I really want to get into is Defensive Player of the Year, because I thought for sure that TJ Watt, I thought it was going to go to him, but I really thought he deserved it. But Myles Garrett ended up winning it in the end, and it sucks, but at the same time, TJ Watt just got one a few seasons ago. But Yeah, I really thought he was going to win that one.
Yeah, me too. Like, I honestly thought that that T.J. Watt was going to win the Defensive Player of the Year award, but it turned out to be Myles Garrett, someone else. And, you know, that whole Cleveland Browns team, they actually got another award with Coach of the Year, Kevin Stefanski. I thought it was going to be that Coach of the Year award was going to go to DeMeco Ryan. It was in his hands, I thought, and then Stefanski just came in and took it.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted Stefanski. I kind of knew it was going to go to him, what he was able to do with that team. And then, obviously, Stroud winning Offensive Rookie of the Year makes sense. McCaffrey, Offensive Player of the Year, makes sense. And then Joe Flacco, Comeback Player of the Year. I had Baker, but it was really a toss-up, so I could see that. And overall, I think the awards were okay. The only one I would really change was that Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. Our Offensive Player of the Year went to we'll take a break when I figure out who won Offensive Player of the Year award, but stay right here because we have more for you. All right, so we're back as my partner here, Ben, told me that Christian McCaffrey won Offensive Player of the Year award, so but Christian McCaffrey, I think it's pretty obvious that, you know, he would win Offensive Player of the Year award despite the season he had.
Yeah, 100%, as I just said, pretty much. And I also think that he deserved to win MVP, as I also said. And overall, I'm happy with these awards.
Yeah, but you know, the Defensive Player of the Year award, I don't really agree with, though. That's the only thing I would fit.
Yeah, 100%.
With the
but
awards.
Whatever.
The two Rookies of the Year, C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson for the Houston Texans, two players on the same team who won Rookies for the second year in a row, because the New York Jets did win Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year award last season. So, you know, I guess that's pretty cool to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so it's time for our way too early Super Bowl prediction. Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. I have going for me the Cincinnati Bengals are going to go back to the Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers, who are the challengers.
You know, obviously that was a great prediction, but I had that at the start of this year, so I'm not going to do that again. But I 100% agree with you. I think that Joe Burrow is going to come back and lead the Bengals to the big game. But I think that they will be going against the Detroit Lions in the Cat Super Bowl. I think that it's in the cards. You know, I don't think the Niners are going to be the same team they were this past year, and I think the Lions are only getting better. I have no doubt that the Lions will at least get back to the NFC Championship game, and this time I think they'll go to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, I have them losing. I think Joe Burrow will get the Bengals their first ring, but I think that Super Bowl will be electric if it happens.
Yeah, I agree. Like, the Bengals are a good team when they're healthy. You know, I know their season didn't go as planned, but like you said, Joe Burrow could lead that offense, and in order to win, you need to have a good quarterback and receiver combo, and Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are just what the Bengals need. They played together in college. They're playing together in the NFL. And, yeah, they're going to help him get back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree. Just like his rookie year where he got hurt and then he came back in his sophomore year and led them to the Super Bowl, I think he'll do the same thing. And, you know, hopefully I'm wrong, obviously, because I want the Bills to be in there. But if I'm right, it'll be a great Super Bowl to watch.
Yeah, on the other side for the 49ers are going to be the best team in the NFC for the next 5 or 10 years. It's just going to be that way with San Francisco because there's no other really good team in the NFC that can compete on the 49ers level.
I mean, the Lions.
It's just the Lions, but
the Lions, we said that they were 1 year away, and I think that, the best team doesn't have to make the Super Bowl every year, and I think the Lions are going to pull one out next year.
The Lions are going to be good, but I just don't think on the 49ers good level.
I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah,
those are just my predictions.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to wait 7 more months for it to happen. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time on the NFL today. But next week we will have Matt and Noah going over what happened this week in college basketball, and later the Premier League with Marco and Andrew. So stay right here on Top of the Lawn.
Hello, and welcome back to Top of the Line. Today we will cover the past week in college basketball. Noah, let's start with the biggest game of the week, Tennessee at Kentucky. Tennessee taking the big win, 103-92. Big road win for the Vols. I got to give credit to Tennessee's offense. Zakai Ziegler with 26 points and 13 assists. What did you think?
So I thought Tennessee played great. I thought, obviously, Zakai Ziegler played great with the 26 points. I also want to point out Josiah Jordan-James, who had 26 points, 1 rebound, and 5 assists. Well, he was also, a huge contributor to the game. And I think that Tennessee, they're ready for March Madness already, well ready. And I think they're just playing the best basketball that they have in a good amount of time, and I think they can make a serious run in March.
Noah, it's that time of the year. Joe Lunardi released his first bracket. It's bubble season time. My biggest takeaway is the Mountain West projected to get 5 teams into the tournament. What caught your eye?
Sorry, early morning. My biggest takeaway from the bracket is the fact that Utah was the last team in, and I also like the fact that he put Purdue at 1 because, Purdue obviously, I'd say right now the best team in college basketball, led by Zach Edey, the big 7'4" man, and they're just all around a very talented basketball team, a very defensive heavy team, but they can also get it much easily done on offense, and I think they can win it all this year. Of course, everyone says that, and then they get eliminated round 2 by some random team. But, I generally think they can make a run this year because of how much talent they've shown and how many good teams they've beaten.
Well, that's all for college basketball this week, but don't leave because next up is Marco and Andrew on the Premier League.
Hello, I'm Marco Baldino.
And I am Andrew Mirzaaghasi.
And we will be covering this week's games in the Premier League.
So to start off with this week, we would have Tottenham versus Brighton, which it ended with a Tottenham victory. So what are your thoughts on this game?
Personally, I thought both goalkeepers in this game played amazing. They really kept this game close and kept their team in it with several great saves from both goalies. I feel like both had a really good high performance.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that Tottenham this time, they got away with it. It would be near the tie, and then around the 96th minute they would score again. So clear victory for Tottenham, and I'm surprised they didn't fumble this game either, because I thought it would just be a tie, but then last-minute goal comes in, and they actually did make it. So
yeah, I
I'm
thought
really
this was a really good game. So Brighton had their early goal in the 15th minute. They won a penalty, and they scored. And Tottenham scored later on, I think in the second half, which was really unfortunate for the Brighton defender, which he blocked the cross, it hit off the post, and then Tottenham finished it. But for the last goal, a winning goal, Heung-min Son, who's finally returned from the Asian Cup. It's good to see him back. Makes a really good cross to Brennan Johnson across the box. Beautiful cross. It was right to his feet. Easy tap in for him, and that was the winner.
Yeah, for him. He finally made his great return, and I'm curious to see how Tottenham will go, and Tottenham will continue to waddle on like penguins. We'll see what they have in store for the future since Son is back.
Oh yeah, I'm really glad he's back. Cause he's such a key player to that team.
He was a key player, especially in the other weeks. He would help score. He would help for victories in Tottenham. So seeing him back might change things in the standings, but
yeah, because I feel like Tottenham really struggled without him.
Yeah, it kind of did. So maybe they gain a place. So anything can happen. So we would have Man City versus Everton, an easy Man City victory with Haaland, which I thought was missing in action, finally scores twice in this game, and it's good to see him that he's making a comfortable return.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a performance from Haaland like that. I don't remember the last time Haaland scored. It's been a long time since he's scored, since he's done something really valuable for the team. What happened to him?
I honestly don't know. I think the last time I think we mentioned Haaland was when he was screaming at the ref at that one game.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm surprised. Finally he's back. I'm
he
sure
is
you're happy about that.
I'm very happy that he's back. He came in, he scored for us. Easy victory against Everton. So, and this is going to be happy news for you. After basically 2 losses in a row, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. You guys finally won 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, it got pretty close in this game towards the end, but in the first half was Chelsea really struggled. Like almost everyone really struggled, and it had a rough first half for Chelsea. And Crystal Palace got the first goal, which was an amazing goal, which I think so. It was a really good goal from Crystal Palace. But then finally, Conor Gallagher, he stepped up in the second half, scoring the first and second goal. One in I think the 47th minute, and the other one in the 90th minute. And then Enzo Fernandez for Chelsea seals the game, 3-1. Comfortable win for Chelsea.
It was a very comfortable win for Chelsea indeed, just because I thought that if it wasn't for those 2 goals, it would just end up being a tie. So honestly, it's very good news for you. At least you finally get to win a game.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean,
Thanks.
we should be winning more games, but well, do you know what's happening next week?
Oh God, next week. So we've talked about Man City versus Chelsea before. That ended with a tie, 3-3, and now they're going to be versing again.
I'm excited for this game. Even though, even last time Chelsea and Man City played, I didn't have high hopes. But, look how the game turned out, 3-3.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this game. I'm excited for this.
You think will be a clear winner, or you think there's going to be a tie again?
I don't think there's going to be a tie, but I think this is going to be a close game. Hopefully, at least. I think there's going to be
I'm
a close
just
game
hoping
here.
it's at least entertaining because,
Yeah.
it went back and forth, and then you kept scoring and scoring. I mean,
Yeah.
6 goals in total that last game. At least it was something.
All right, do you have a score prediction for this game?
I will say Man City 3-2.
3-2? Well, I'm going to
It'd be
say
a very close one, but I felt like the Chelsea would accidentally do something.
I'm going to go the other way and say Chelsea 3-2 in this game.
You're gonna
Yeah.
go the other way around.
I'm going to go the other way around here.
We'll see. That game I think is on Sunday. I think
so. It's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, it is this weekend.
I
And
think
we
the
will cover it on
17th,
the next
yeah.
episode, and we see if our predictions are right. So we have our standings. So in first place, we would have Liverpool with 54 points. In second, Man City with 52 points. In third place, Arsenal with 52 points. Fourth place, Aston Villa with 47 points. And fifth place, we would have Tottenham with 46 points.
So, still Man City's I feel like closing in. Their match against Brentford, the rescheduled one, is coming up after the Man City Chelsea match. So I feel like they're gonna win that game, and Man City are gonna move up into first place here.
We'll see.
Unless though they lose to Chelsea or tie.
Oh my God. Yeah, that might be true. But we've beat Brentford before, so I'm very confident we could beat them again. I'm really hoping we get a victory, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have to see for that. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for the next recap of NFL and college basketball games and the continuing coverage of the Premier League. All this and more on the next episode of Top of the Line.